A few fun math lessons a day will make children fall in love with mathematical thinking. Hello everyone.
It's Assar's dad. Hello everyone, I'm Boris.
Let's get started together. Alright, Boris, let's get to the bottom of our studies.
Okay, then I'll read the question first.
And works in the direction of the area. At every intersection of streets. She took and go to the right. Whirled to the left. First she goes to the right, then to the left, then again to that. Then the right, then the left, and finally again to the left then, and has worked for a word.
Okay.
What about the Taoist question?
You and the arrow in the word go. Whenever you hit an intersection, the beginning goes around the question is, so, well, what is going on?
So there are 5 options at the end, right? Then he will ask us where we will go, and whether it is so important in this question. What is it? Well, intersection. What is at the data junction?
Direction.
Direction, right? There are many directions here that are not right, so we are doing it wrong, so we must strictly follow it. Let's go, right? Okay, please take a walk on the map, okay? Okay.
I wrote about turning right. Turn left again. Well, I feel.
For him, it seems that this is a place to buy bags, right? Right.
Then he gets along again, 然后转右.
Well, stop, don't worry. First turn right, then left, then what? Then left and left, right? Well, after that. Turn right, right, 5 pairs, yes, go forward to the traffic light to the red and green, and then turn left.
To the right of this software.
The 4 explanations are speech holes, right?
And then turn left again, I want a TV.
Is this TV? Well, this is like a locomotive. Does it look like a subway station or a train station? So, when you finally arrive at the train station, which one will choose whom in the end?
Finally, choose A.
This question doesn't seem to be particularly difficult, right? Don't mix according to the note he gives.
I will say.
Don't go with a double chin, don't go wrong, Boris. Let's take a look. Question 12.
你来读一下题啊. 30 children for I went to call. Out in a competition. If 15 of them took out in the moving bridge contest, and 20 of them took out in the... This one, Liana 进入 Liana contest. How many children from? At Adventure Park talk in both events.
This question is for us to do something. Well,
how many children
when you come in,
are there?
It means how many children participate in the 2, which means these children. This is what it means to participate in both activities at the same time, right? Well, what does it mean? There are other children who only participated in only one activity, right? There are currently 2 activities, a total of them, well. One is a moving bridge contest, right? Yes, that's what we are talking about here to open a small competition. What is the other one? High slip zipline competition. This competition is right? So how should we solve this? Well, why did 15 also participate in the opening ball competition, and the second is to participate of this zipline competition, but in fact there are only 3 people.
There can be number 35 either.
Pair. That is to say, 15 plus 20. What do these 35 people mean? Can you explain? Why do I have 35 or 35? Well,
so the question is, if 15 of them add to the starting group in 20 children, participate in the high-altitude seizure.
So why do a total of 35 still exist? Now we can see that there are 35 children.
So definitely in these 2 games, some.
The child will. Both participated, and only some children participated, that is, some children in these may 15th participate. Also participated in the zip line, if these kids, like I remember right? Well, then in the same way, there are also some children in the zip line.
There are also some children.
You also participated in this opening competition, right? That's not me repeating. Add these people? Is it work? Well, our class is just repeating numbers, right? That's why there are 35 or 35 people. So how do I find out how many people are repeating these two competitions? So what can I do? Well, did I do it most of the time? Right? So what about me doing it most of the time?
I will only find most of them once.
Child, then if I get 35 most of the time now, how can I find how many children I have? How about I can use 35 for 2 activities?
But me.
If you think about this, 15 and 20 add up to 35, and in the middle, how can someone participate in 2 activities for me, and participating in 2 is equivalent to 1 more of it each time? How many of them, right? Yes, then what can I do? Can I subtract by 35? Subtract 30 people and 30 people, so what does this 5 mean? Fifth, both activities are undertaken, isn't this the person who participates in both activities, one is the majority of similar most, is that person right, then am I equivalent to getting this mathematical answer?
Well, that's right.
Does that mean? This means right, so who do we choose? Choose.
E chose E and chose 5 well.
Okay, alas, I'm not recording this now, let me tell you, do you see if there are AA people among these 15 people, such as this person A, he has participated in both high-altitude skiing and watching skills competitions, then you can press this 20 miles, does it also include those people? Is it included or does it also include you? Am I right? That's equivalent to whether I built it repeatedly. Once.
Oh, so these questions are supportive.
Simple yes, so is it equivalent to these 35 people going to include the extra time? Yes, as long as you add 1 more A, right? There are 5 more people who come out with more than 35, and that is the number of people who get 30 from 35, because these 35 are the default for each person to participate only once. Right? Therefore, 35 minus 30 is not 65 or 90 to get more. Well, I understand, the model set for this man, you are actually called a decorative picture. You see that if you want to draw a picture, you can draw it like this, well, for example. This circle means participating in the first event. This circle means participation. The second activity, so there is a mixing point between this activity and this activity attitude, who is the overlapping point? It's those 2 activities, if it's those 5 people, right? Yes, then there are 5 people who open the novel competition, then there are 10 people left who only participate in the opening competition, so here are 20 children participating. Zipline, then in fact it is only a few. 15 people participated in any high-altitude skating is participating in high-altitude skating, so that is just right. 10 plus 5 plus 15 equals 30, unreasonable and reasonable, right? Do you understand? Hey, that's what it means, you will often encounter this and that in the future, and then I will think more about it, think more, right? Well, listen to me now, where did I always say it right? Yes, he can have some questions, that is, his reasoning is actually very simple, but sometimes we think about it with him, right? For Forrest, we enter question 13, please read it.
Which of the following pieces fits to the piece below thoughts that together they for a rectangle? 很好.
Okay, this question is a graph, right? Hey, in fact, we may not read this question, knowing what it probably wants to ask me, right? Well, what does this question mean? This question is which graph can form a layer with the following figure? Yes, what is the most important thing that constitutes one? Square, so you want a rectangle to form a rectangle for you, it may form a square, right? It is possible that other fans can do it, but it doesn't meet our requirements, right? Yes, then you can observe which shape of ABCDE can form a rectangle with our original shape. Do we have some skills when observing? It allows us to bring orders faster.
Speech, look at that outline. Look at the outline. The first song I'm going to make is, it's A.
You see that you are using the exclusion method, right? Yes, because
A is a giant 1. 1, that's the feeling, but his 1 is not empty, high and high. So first of all, he is a, B is also possible, so I can't count too big for the time being. I also want Python because it doesn't have those gaps at all, and the gaps are too big, I also want to exclude an E, because it is not that shape at all. So I don't have to rule out only B and C now.
Who do you think is better? I think I should choose. Well,
choose B 1 to 100.
Well, it seems that B is good. It seems to be right.
Well, both protrusions of this B. Is this all flat, huh?
There is no thick side and high side. That is to say, this place of B can match this place, right? Yes, alas, then. To make up for this prominent point, it is just enough to add 1, right? So look at B next, right? So this question is to examine what we can't do, observation, observation, and imagination, right? Because we can't cut out this figure, just spell it out. Is it because scissors are not allowed to cut it on the exam, right? But we can go through our human imagination, right? The brain makes up one image, right? Then it goes back to the past, right? Well, so okay, then this question actually examines our ability to think in this space, right? Okay, Boris, let's get to the last question of the day, 14 questions, okay, let's top the questions.
The number 35 has the property that it is divisible by the digit in
The unit.
position equals 35 divided by 5 is 7 the number 38.
Doesn't have this property. How many numbers greater than 21? Cat head chicken. Have this property.
Well, okay, this question is a little complicated, right? Hey, we must first understand what he wants to ask us. I want to ask how many of us there are.
Numbers greater than 21, but less than 30 have different points.
Then he plays a feature, right? What are the characteristics of that? Let's go to the question again, right? Well, what features?
Well, you can be seated.
Factor division, well, he explained it to you, right? Well, what he explains, because 35 divided by 5 equals 7. Let's take a look, because what is the single digit of 35? But my single digit is 5, alas, this last digit is called unit. Hard. Position 对吧？对 unit position. Because position, then unit position is 5, so 35 divided by 5, alas, what is it that can be divided by just 1? And 7, right? So we say this 35 is 7. 35 is divisible by far, right? Okay, so 38 doesn't have this feature. Let's see if 38 is that feature. What number is unit position for 38?
8.
8 number 38 divided by 8 equals 2.
Equals.
It seems that 38 is not divisible by 8. Correct.
Correct.
It can't be divided into 8 types, is it not a mantra? What is 8 and 38, right? So it cannot be divisible. So since it cannot be divided, then 38 does not have this characteristic, right? If 35 has this characteristic, and 38 doesn't have that, then the same is true. So let's look for greater than 21. Does that include 21?
Hang oil 2.
10 includes 21 yards, and if it is not included, it is greater than it does not include, because, if it is 20, if it includes 21, it is equal equality greater than 21, that is the beginning of 22, right? Do you have this feature to verify 22?
$22 equals 1.
Then calculate that 1262 was really good for me yesterday, right? Well, use the waist horizontal line to distinguish that we are already big, it's okay, and then the next pair, and then the next one is still the second left, but we have to first put the second first, how about it? Well,
Did you give it to me? Right. 4th, Lara Day.
right? We're going to do this later, huh?
212,000 is equal to 2, not equal to 121, and then 1 or 2 is counted as 1 or 2 gains a day.
Ah, yes, and then come again, even if it's done now, and then pull a line, because it is indeed put in place, so do you think 22 has this condition? If there is such a thing, then let's write down a 22 first, right? Is 23 okay?
23.
23, it is also divided by 23.
Divide by who 23? It seems to be. So.
2313, right? But do you have a mantra 3 to get 23, hurry up and turn your back? No, because of the 3 eighths.
320.
4, 4, 3, 7, 21, so there is none, right? So 23 is not good. Is 24 okay?
24 come, I will choose one.
That is, 24 divided by. I'm coming, 24 divided by. Okay.
24K.
Do you still need to use mantras?
46.
14,
462.
isn't that going out, right? You don't have to go out, so what does it mean? Send it to 24, can it be okay, then 25 is not good? But can you be in your mind? Can you do 26? No, right? There is no such mantra 27. Is 27 divided by 7 lines?
Learn.
Same.
37 21 37 2
18 is not good. Almost yes. 29 is not 28. 28.
Didn't we need to say it just now?
28 is there any? Then divide 28 by 8. 3824, 348, 4832? No, then he can't do it in front of him. 29 can't it? 29. Don't say 30, because if it is less than 30, it may not include 30, right? So there are several, 22, 24, 25, and 23, so we choose.
Give us snow.
Right? Is that? More than 3 are the sections of this issue.
That's all about the purpose. If you like it, remember to like and subscribe. We will see you next time. Bye bye.